Welcome to Sunday Afternoon Porch Sitting, where laid-back conversations come to life. I'm Will.
And I'm Ryan, and we're inviting you to join us as we unwind and explore the essence of life in each episode.
Ryan, one of us has to hit the button. What? Oh dear.
This is going to be a sentimental episode.
Oh no.
Is this setting the tone okay?
I don't know. It's.
I don't think I can keep going very long.
This is the song that you sent me.
Isn't it good?
It is good.
We might get our listeners to rate my singing here in a little bit.
Maybe so.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we've got to jump on this pretty quick, too, because we've got a guest today. For those guests that don't know what's taking place in the national news right now, there's been some pretty severe flooding in my hometown, man.
I tell you what, I didn't expect to be seeing all of what I've been seeing on TikTok.
Isn't it crazy?
From that area of the country.
Yeah.
I was expecting it in like Tallahassee. Yeah, or whatever, the bend of Florida.
I sent you the train bridge video or pictures, didn't I?
Oh my goodness, yeah,
it's crazy. That bridge is seriously, like I say conservatively that bridge is 30 feet above normal river level, but it's 30 to 40 feet.
The one thing I kind of wonder, I don't know if anybody else ever thinks about this, what's the fishing like?
I don't know. We've got a guest that we need to get on here real quick to get a fishing report. Yeah, you want to go ahead and get the music queued up here? I guess we'll go ahead and get this guest on the phone here. He's an East Tennessee legend. He's a man.
I think he's
a myth.
I think he's been on the
podcast before.
Yeah.
Hello, Kevin.
Is this the Jim Norris?
This is me, man. How are you?
Well, we're doing great. Listen, your intro song for our little mid-podcast fishing report is "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls."
That's our advice.
Hey, that's great advice.
Is that kind of applicable to your?
The waterfalls come and chase you.
Sometimes you don't have a choice. Either you chase them, or they're going to chase you.
Yeah. Hey, cousin, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure can.
Are we going to still continue the association with the Norris Chucky?
I think I may have to take all that back.
It's been washed away, cousin.
It is gone. Everything is gone.
Well, listen, we wanted to get a fishing report from you. How's the fishing going?
Well, they moved. I think Charlie could talk.
Did they?
Are they? They're moving pretty fast, right?
No, yeah, they're rolling.
Was it a cordial move, or were they evicted?
I believe they were evicted, right?
Wow, didn't pay rent.
I believe they were. Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
did these fish immigrate in from the tropics, or were they like already there?
Well, from the Caribbean, at some point.
Okay, all right.
Well, tell us about it a little bit.
Well, let me tell you. It don't even look like this here anymore. I mean, it's I think we've got 33 people missing right now.
Holy moly.
Oh man,
that's
so we're no confirmed fatalities. Thank goodness.
Well, that's good.
I saw on TikTok that there was a dam nearby in Tennessee or something that was like they were worried about that it wasn't going to be able to hold.
They put a notice out for it being an imminent failure. That's the Nola Chucky Dam, isn't it?
Yeah, that's down at the Davy Crockett. Yes, yeah. And it held. The river crested this morning. The old record held was 82.4 thousand gallons per second. Mm-hmm. This year, this flood, 1.2 million gallons per second.
Holy moly! Whoa, that's wild.
That's unreal.
So I talked to sister earlier, and she was taking some pictures. They actually drove down to Chestoa Bridge, and let's kind of get a report, Jimmy. Just tell me if these places are still here or gone. The Chestoa Bridge,
gone.
Ernest Bridge,
gone.
Chestoa Park,
gone.
The Gorge,
still there.
Okay.
Is the Gorge the train track?
The Gorge is that area. Yeah.
Okay.
What about the campground at the Gorge?
Gone.
Okay. What about the train trestle?
Still there.
Man, what year was that built in?
1922.
Some engineer somewhere that created that bridge is like, yeah, it's still there. That's right.
Yeah.
My goodness.
No doubt, right?
Yeah. So have you pulled the line in off your porch yet?
No.
No? Catch anything?
No. Yesterday, I did pick up a couple of crawdads in the yard.
I heard your cat did too.
Yeah, the cat did too.
He
was raising Cain, man.
He heard a commotion and he came out on the porch, his porch, on not this Sunday afternoon, but yesterday. And
so obviously there's not a lot of travel going on with all of these bridges out. Like, did I see correctly that one of the interstate bridges was out too?
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, one more question. Jackson Love Exit Bridge.
Well, it's standing, but it's gone.
Yeah, that's that exit. Yeah, the interstate
there's no
is
way into
cut down.
Asheville, North Carolina, except by air. You can't drive there from anywhere.
There's a lot of places, man, that are absolutely secluded. What's that town in North Carolina where it completely washed away that town?
Well, now there's a couple. There's a couple places that were really devastated too.
Yeah.
I know they thought the dam at Lake Lure was going to break, but it held, thank goodness.
Oh, wow.
But Boone got washed away.
What was forecasted? Was it forecasted to be that bad?
Well, they gave us warning. They did give us warning.
Yeah.
But just the weird way this storm came and bounced off these mountains, it didn't move as quickly as we'd liked it to, and it just dumped.
Well,
and see, when it came in, it came on to the western North Carolina side of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and then sort of drifted over on top of us. And the Nolichucky is formed, in western North Carolina, and two rivers meet, and that's what forms it. And I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Well, Will, we had talked about when you had that chimney problem, I'd made the comment that water's going to find a way.
Yeah.
And, that's something that we always had to navigate through because, you've only got one way that the water can travel in the mountains, and it's down, and it will find a way. Right. And, when it starts to back up and it can't get through and it's overloaded, then you have mass destruction.
Well, Jimmy, do you have a faucet outside your house, like a water faucet?
I do.
Have you gone to check to make sure you turned it off?
Yeah, no kidding. Right?
Do you think that might be maybe you left it on?
Something to do with it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yesterday was a little crazy, so yeah, that could happen.
Jimmy, I know we've talked about this before, but I mean, you've had a problem being around a lot of flooding,
That's true. I make puddles everywhere I go with things. The water level rises wherever I am. I can't explain it.
Yeah. So,
and you can't help that.
I can't help it. It's just nature.
It is. Hey, so, I wanted to get in this. I know you got to get off here in a minute and head out, but I just kind of had some moments yesterday, and I know we talked for like an hour and a half yesterday, almost 2 hours.
A great conversation.
It sure was. But we've talked a lot about places that we have been in our lives, and Will, I want you to kind of speak on this too. Where is somewhere, Will, that you have been, and Jimmy and I'll talk about it in a minute, where you just feel like, hey, this is where I'm supposed to be right now?
Like in that moment?
Like you just, when you get there and you feel like, well, this is kind of home to me right now.
I don't know. I mean, I know I've had those moments. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah. Jimmy, I think you know what mine is.
I may have an idea, but enlighten me.
What's yours?
Well, where I am is mine. Well, but, there's something to be said for Pawleys Island, South Carolina.
Yeah.
A bottle of Bailey's Irish cream and black coffee, you know.
No doubt.
That's a good combination.
Well, and my thing is the river, man. That's where we had always gone to, and we spend a lot of time there and stuff like that. And I think in those moments, too, you just sit down and you're like, my goodness, because it's pure nature out where we go to. I mean, there's not a lot of, structure or any of those types of things. I mean, you've got the railroad that goes through and stuff. You've got some bridges and tunnels, but
I'll tell you, anytime I go up into the mountains to like a lookout and I just look over and everything, and it's just the most relaxing view.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's what I get every time I go home, and I still associate Tennessee as being my home. Like, I'm here, I love it here. Don't get me wrong. Texas is great and stuff like that. But, I consider Tennessee my home, my hometown, And so anytime we're down there at the river, I was just thinking about that yesterday. It's just so peaceful. It's all is right in the world where you're at that moment. And, what kills me is looking at all that destruction. I'm not going to get that same view anymore. Mm-hmm. It's going to be completely different.
I was thinking about that this morning. And if, I pray to God nobody died. We got a lot of people missing, but, that river is going to change. It's changed. It's going to be brand new. And, I'm 57 years old, so I think I knew it probably inside out, backwards and forwards. I've rafted that river for almost 20 years, and now it's going to be new. It's going to be different. It's not going to be like what we're used to.
Yeah.
But there'll be beautiful spots come from it. And, one day we'll look back on this and just thank our lucky stars we made it through it.
Well, Angel did send me a picture. Irwin Beach is back.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You talking about that, how everything will be different and new, and, there'll be a rainbow in the clouds when this is all over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm so proud of the people in East Tennessee where I live. I'm so proud that I'm part of it, because there's no egos here. People put on their shoes and we go.
They don't stand around to take the time to say, what do we do? They just act. They just say, we do this, we're going to go.
And then, and let's talk about the resolve of Appalachia, of Appalachian people, man. Like, that resolve is very strong. I don't know. Even when you're down there, man, how many people just show up and come in and say, hey, let's hang out for a little bit. Let's talk. I mean, people still go to other people's houses and knock on their doors.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean,
coffee's a big thing, man.
Yeah, getting a cup of coffee.
Well, what's this flooding going to do to the moonshine business?
I
mean, how many stills do you think wash away?
Jimmy can't talk about this. He's wanted in 48 of the 50 states.
I plead fifth. Man, so many trees have fallen. It's going to be so hard to get back into the woods now. It'll be unreal.
So so maybe the perfect setting.
Yeah, it could be a perfect setting.
Well, some of those videos, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but like whole houses were washing down the river.
Yeah. They didn't know they were moving, but they didn't have to hire a moving truck.
But one video I saw yesterday is there were people on the front porch of the house while it's washing down the river. I'm like, holy moly, well, I'd be somewhere else, not on the porch.
If you didn't expect your house to get up and move and you were in it, I wouldn't want to jump off into the river to get away from it. I'd just hold on and hope we don't hit something solid.
That would be a true Sunday afternoon porch sitting.
Yeah, I'm not done reading this book. Hold on.
Just hold my shine.
Yeah. So what is that, like having a front seat to the end of the world? Type deal. Mm-hmm. Just I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this new environment.
Jimmy, can I ask you another question?
Sure.
What are you going to be doing now for your New Year's Eve plans and stuff like that? Because I know the Mountain Inn and Suites has been affected.
Well, they made that a national landmark, and I'd like to thank the government of Tennessee for that.
Yeah,
it's still standing.
Okay, well, that's good.
But that's the only thing.
But they'll be back, huh?
They'll be back. I bet you there's 19, 20 train cars loads of lumber right beside it. Just the flood debris.
We can't go into a lot of detail, about the Mountain Inn and Suites, but that turned into one of the most epic pranks I think that my sister and I have ever completed, and it came back to bite us in the rear end too, because I think that's one of the most epic pranks Jimmy's ever played on us too.
Let me tell you, there's revenge and then there's that, right? Well, I think we should just tell the folks what they want to hear.
Yeah,
well, I'm intrigued.
Maybe on our Discord account or whatever.
We're about to change
the name. Patreon.
Have to be a subscribers only.
It might be a Patreon conversation.
Sorry, our 3 followers on Patreon is not going to get to. Jimmy, have you had the fortune of hearing our karaoke songs?
I have heard one.
Okay.
And I really don't know what to say about it.
Well, it was a low spot in our lives. And you ever thought you were good at something and people were telling you you're really not, and you're like, I don't believe you, and then and then one day you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, they were right.
I'm not trying to continue harping on this river thing, but we've had many karaoke sessions down on the river, haven't we, cousin?
Yeah, that's a fact. And I love it.
If you do like a
break out the music.
If you're in the riverboat cruise industry or something on this river, if there is such thing on this river, I mean, it's going to be a short cruise as fast as that water's moving.
Well, and I just saw a post earlier that Carnival Cruises is operating out of the Bristol Motor Speedway in East Tennessee now.
Oh, that's really not a very big venue for that though.
It's turned into one.
Man, it's crazy. It's nuts over there.
Isn't Bristol? Isn't that like a really small racetrack?
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit smaller.
Where it's basically just a one big turn, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite races to watch because there's so many wrecks.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a grand time too. The camping there is awesome.
Yeah, and plus I know I'm walking on eggshells here when I say this, but Jeff Gordon was usually really good at that race, and I loved watching him.
Be careful. That's Earnhardt country, man.
I'm sorry,
careful.
You're breaking up.
You go.
Okay,
you going through a tunnel.
It's not there anymore, but do you remember the Jeff Gordon house in Johnson City?
I do.
Oh my gosh, there was a Jeff Gordon fan in Johnson City that had like one of his cars in their
DuPont 24.
Oh my gosh. And every time we would drive by that, it just burned me up, man. I'd be seething.
Some people just like to watch the world burn.
No doubt. No doubt. I did hear some conversations
what
from
kind of political side do you think they put in their yard, too?
Can't go there.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one, too.
Yeah. It takes a village, right, Jimmy?
Hey, it takes something.
So, I was watching a TikTok guy the other day, and he was talking about how America needs to stop worrying about how their, naval ships and all that kind of stuff and destroyers look. They were like, don't make them look like the sky. Don't make them look like the water. Paint them. Get all these other, contributors. Make it like the Winston Cup or something like that. Get all these supporters, Home Depot or Lowe's or, M&M's to sponsor, a destroyer. And he said, slap a big old number 3 on the side of it. So when the Russians are looking at it, they're like, here comes the number 3. And they're like, the number 3 is an Earnhardt class destroyer.
Yes, I love it.
He said, you're talking about a Los Angeles class destroyer. Nobody knows what that is. That's not intimidating, but an Earnhardt class destroyer, man, unstoppable.
That's
unstoppable.
Fire the cannons. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Hey, that gives me an idea about the Jeff Gordon frigate. You know what I'm saying? That's a great idea.
Absolutely. We're on to something here.
Bomber. I like it.
Yeah, they will advertise on just about everything except our podcast because nobody's hit us up to advertise. Reminder, you can email us at sapspodcast@gmail.com if you'd like to sponsor us. But, I mean, we are offering up basically like to tattoo an ad on us, and nobody's taking us up on that.
No, that's sad.
I don't know what we have to do.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, Jimmy, are you going to be able to take out the Silver Eagle, or are you going to have to get a raft and head out to where you're going here in a little bit?
In a little while, I'm going to go down to Irwin.
Yeah.
And do a little looking around. And, I can get there. I just got to take a roundabout way.
Well, take your life jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's in the back seat.
Hey, Jimmy, can I make
a
recommendation? Get off at the Pals exit. Don't go to Jackson Love, okay?
Well, no, man. I'm not Evel Knievel, and I can't jump the river.
Well, not with that attitude. You got to believe in yourself.
Gosh, I know. It's, we're blessed, man. You don't have something happen like this. And I couldn't tell you how many, a hospital with 68 people on the roof. And you got people coming from Virginia and Knoxville in their Black Hawk helicopters to help a little mountain town out like this. Sweetness, goodness, man.
It's obviously like a terrible tragedy, but it's one of those like moments of history that you're getting to live in and be a part of. Like, I'm not trying to put silver lining on this or anything, but I always think back to like as a kid, every summer it was like we'd go to Hot Springs for a family vacation, and we'd go to the Bathhouse Row show. And I remember they'd always show a video talking about the big flood that came into Hot Springs and what it did to the town and all that stuff and how they rebuilt and everything. And it just kind of reminds me, like, that was like, I don't know, 120 years ago or something. And it's like, this is one of those things that's going to be very historic and probably won't see another thing like this, hopefully, for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Well, you know, the sad thing about it too, man, they're finding caskets along the river.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Well, you remember that happened in New Orleans too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
and y'all are up in the mountains. Y'all are underneath sea level.
Angel sent me a picture earlier too. She said, "Here's the Chestoa Bridge," and I put #was.
Yeah, and you know it's so weird. It's laying directly perpendicular to the bank on the right side.
I saw. It's wild.
Did you go out there with a rope and try to pull it back to where it was?
No, you can't do that.
No.
You know who I'm going to blame for that, Jimmy?
Who?
That guy that was throwing those tires off the side of the Chestoa Bridge at one time that got arrested for it, polluting nature.
County. That's those kind of people, man.
That's how you get global warming, pollution.
Yeah.
Throwing tires off the side of a bridge. He did that.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. What was his name? That's a good thing I don't remember.
I wonder if, like, if you're somebody that magnet fishes, rivers and stuff like that. Yeah. Do you think that, like, hey, I've already hit this spot, but now that all this has happened, maybe something washed in.
Or washed up, man.
Or washed up, yeah.
Well, now, the last time it came close to anything like this was 1977, right? And the flood was very bad. We lost a couple of bridges then. But the real trippy part of the story is there was some Cherokee elder chiefs from hundreds of years ago that had washed out of a tomb somewhere along the river. And the University of Georgia sent archaeologists up to study, and it was fascinating.
Where are they at now?
To tell you the truth, I'm not exactly sure. The Cherokee may have come and did a reinterment ceremony.
Yeah.
But nobody knows.
Hey, do you think that dog that attacked us is still down there?
No, it's probably in Greenville now.
Did I tell you that story, Will?
Yeah.
That's something.
How are we going to get
that dog?
How are we going to get to our fishing spot, man?
It may come to you.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah.
We just get on the railroad tracks because there's no way to go. I mean, you can't go anywhere unless you know where you're going. Well, you can't just dip over to Asheville for the weekend anymore.
Something like this, like with all the bridges being washed out. I mean, is there a way out? Like,
for some people, no, absolutely not.
No.
I mean, you can't build a bridge overnight, especially with the water still moving like it is.
And like I was telling you the other day, like in Texas, you got county roads, you can get anywhere you want to go. There, if you've got a bridge going to a certain part of an area, you're going up into the mountain, you can't get out.
Yeah.
And so, you don't have local conveniences every 10 or 15 minutes there either. So these people are completely secluded from even, having access to like grocery stores or any kind of a convenience store.
Exactly.
Anything. They have no access to food. So that's what's crazy. Because, I mean, how long does it take to get to Asheville from Unicoi? It's 45 minutes maybe?
It's about 45 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and about halfway there, the closest really exit to anything that you've got is the biggest area is Weaverville, right?
Yep.
And if you're anywhere between Weaverville and Irwin, you don't have anything. So those people in those communities, I mean, they don't have anything. And I mean, there was one community, I have to look it up what it is, but I mean, their downtown Main Street road, there is no road anymore. And the buildings have been washed out. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. I was hoping I'd wake up today and it'll all be a bad dream, but unfortunately it wasn't.
Yeah. Did you go have some coffee with Granny this morning?
No, I called Granny this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
I still can't get through.
Well,
I get this message. The wireless caller you're calling is no longer available. I'm like, what is going on?
Most everyone's cell service here is real shoddy now, too. So I don't know if her landline uses a repeater tower or not.
Yeah. Well, I'll just keep repeating. How does that sound?
There you go. I talked to Aunt Betty yesterday, and she was trying to get a hold of Aunt June. And I said, Aunt June, you want to call Aunt Betty? No, not really. And I said, well, she called. She was worried about you. Oh, she knows I'm okay.
My granny's a savage. She don't care.
She is.
She is, man. She is.
If you're not in her world at that moment, well, You're not supposed to be there. Is that a good way to put it?
That's a good way to put it. That is a very good way to put it. But anyway, she's one of a kind.
Most definitely.
She's out there picking up apples yesterday afternoon.
At least they're washed off.
Oh, no doubt. They're clean.
What kind? Okay, so I see Mangelica. That she'll post something about apples every once in a while. What kind of apples grow in Tennessee?
The ones my granny has in her yard are wine saps.
Okay.
Yeah, but we grow everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of native apples that aren't have been genetically changed a whole lot, and wine sap's one of them. And that's what
I don't think I've ever heard of a wine sap apple.
They make really good apple butter. Really good apple butter.
Oh, yeah. Your mom used to make apple butter from those apples.
Yeah. Loved it. Well, cousin, I guess if you're getting ready to get to town, take some pictures and send them to me when you get a chance.
I will be glad to. It's good to hear from you both.
You too. Hey, get your raft.
Good to hear
make sure your raft is patched up, okay?
I think I'm going to get another raft.
They're probably all out of Flex Seal around you too, so
yeah,
no doubt.
Gonna have to stick the old duct tape.
A bottle of water is gone.
All right, cousin. Well, be good, and thanks for giving us a fishing report today.
Well, hey, you're more than welcome, and I'll get some pictures out to you just as soon as I can get them made.
All right, we love you.
Okay, we love you too. You gentlemen have a good day.
All right, you too, Jimmy. Man,
so crazy.
I can't believe all that.
It's wild.
Wow, and it's just nothing but sunshine here.
Nothing but sunshine and dry grass.
I mean, I know it's not like it's a front moving through. It's a hurricane that's hitting them. Man, I didn't expect it to be that far inland as far as what they were going to have to deal with.
This is the picture that my sister sent me of the bridge, and she said, "Here's Chestoa Bridge," and that's what I said # was.
Yeah. What bridge?
It's at Chestoa Bridge.
Where?
It's right north of...
No, I mean, where is it in the photo?
Oh, the bridge? Let's see.
I can't see it. It's gone.
It's right there.
It's over there.
Yeah, perpendicular to the shore, like
you
Jimmy
just throw out a rope, hook it on there, and just pull it in. Beep. Just back it up. Beep.
This is what I was trying to tell Jimmy to get over.
Yeah,
just take this over. Like, you'll just
fly. Just hey, get you some lumber down at the hardware store.
Build a bridge and get over.
Hammer nails, and just start building a bridge and get over it.
I told my 6th-grade kiddos that yesterday.
Did you?
They got mad.
I do that every once in a while with mine. Tell them what supplies to get at the hardware store, and just move on.
So when I talk about Irwin Beach, this is actually Irwin Beach that I'm fixing to show you.
Yeah.
But there was trees and grass and all that kind of stuff everywhere. That's why I said Irwin Beach is back.
So it's actually the sand washed in, and
yeah.
So it wasn't an actual beach.
It used to be like a sandy, rocky area that they had cleared off for public recreation, but it had kind of grown up.
Kind of like some spots up in Broken Bow.
Yes.
Man.
My sister was driving around today trying to survey the damage.
Just wow. Yeah. Just the pictures that I'm seeing are just wow.
And it's crazy because, like we were talking about earlier, that place is tranquil. It's peaceful to me, and you have so many good memories there that existed, and I can still feel myself sitting on the side of the shoreline fishing, and I'll typically put my hands flat on the ground and be like, I'm like one with this place right now. I know that's kind of weird, but now it's like that place, it's not there anymore.
Is that river normally like a river you can see through? Like it's one you don't mind standing in compared to the Trinity River or Sulphur River or something.
There's a lot of people that have died in that river for sure.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
But it's very beautiful. Like when it's low in the summer and stuff like that, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's clear. It's
a river that you go wade in, play in, all that stuff. And
you can put your glasses on, and if they're polarized, you can see fish in the water. I mean, it's pretty.
That's nice. That's like what I like about South Texas.
It's not nice right now, but
no, it's not nice.
It will be one day.
South Texas, I love those rivers to just go wade in them because they're cold and the water's flowing and it's clear, and it's not like our rivers around here, like the Red River.
Yeah, no.
And
I always thought it was going to be red, but it's just orange.
Were you disappointed
with the Red River?
Yeah,
100%. I thought it was going to be something a little bit more.
And there's sandbars everywhere on it too.
I don't know how they all stay in business.
It's kind of like now you go over to, oh my gosh, I just realized what you said. It's kind of like when you go over to Shreveport, Bossier, and you go to the boats and you're like, oh man, so the boats are on the river, and it's like, not anymore. No, they build little ponds, or not. They build little pools and put the boat in that so that if the river changes levels, it doesn't affect them. Even though, like Margaritaville, I don't know how they get around this.
I don't either.
Like, is it on top of a moat or something? Like,
it could be, but I enjoy Margaritaville. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's one of my
go-to spots.
Favorite casinos, and they got because it feels like a normal casino. It doesn't feel like a boat because it's not.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have table games and all that stuff. Now, out at the racetrack, Harrah's, they have slot machines and everything, but I don't think they have table games now. I hadn't been there in years. They might have it now.
I haven't been to Harrah's in a very long time.
I don't even know if it's still open, but they used to have like one of the last Fuddruckers.
Did they really?
That was one of my go-to burger spots. I loved that place.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Fuddruckers.
The bread with the burger, I don't know, it was a good match.
We had a Fuddruckers in Nacogdoches.
Yeah, I know you did. Because it's now a, not Torchy's, Fuzzy's, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to like to stop there in Nac. Used to, there was one in Temple that we had a music competition that was down there, and I'd always take the kids there for dinner. I just kind of like how they have the bar where you could put all the toppings on yourself. You could put as much lettuce or tomato or, that you wanted on there.
What's your ideal burger?
My ideal burger is, it's not too thick of a patty, and it's, juicy, has a good flavor to it.
Uh-huh.
As many types of cheese on it. It's got to have cheese. Lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, and mayo. That's just my normal burger.
Mine is ketchup, mustard, pickles, and onions. When I'm feeling a little bit spicy, I get some jalapenos.
So spicy.
Feisty.
I think it was Dairy Queen. Oh, no, it was Dairy Queen, but I think it was their Jalitos Ranch.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe it was their Flame Kickin' whatever, Hunger Buster. But one of those two that I just one time I was like, you know what, I'm going to order this, and I really, really enjoyed it, but I couldn't remember which one I had ordered. And so now, I don't order either one because I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Of course, I hardly ever go to Dairy Queen. Do you know why I don't go to Dairy Queen?
Why is that?
Because the service is always so slow. You go through the drive-thru and it takes you 20 minutes.
Yeah. I'll wait the 20 minutes if I really want to roll New York Cheesecake Blizzard.
Yeah.
But no.
And they redid ours.
I like their tacos.
Oh, I love their tacos. They're good. They're not my favorite tacos, but I love their tacos.
Yeah. I like their hot sauce.
Yeah. On top of the taco. It's good.
Yeah.
We got a new Dairy Queen in town, and they redid the drive-thru and everything. Because used to, you'd go through the drive-thru and you'd order, and they'd say, okay, can you pull around? And I was like, oh, man. So you pull around up to the front, and you sit there and you wait for another half hour, and they finally bring your food out. Well, now you just sit at the window and the line piles up behind you.
Yeah.
And they've got 2 speakers to order from, but it doesn't make it any faster.
They tell us at the one I normally go to if I go get lunch to pull up to the second window so that we can sit there and wait, and they can get somebody at the next window too.
It's about getting the order in, taking the money, and then waiting.
Yeah, I think they cook it fresh to order though.
They don't cook that taco
You
stuff.
don't think so?
No.
I think they
do.
And
also, they would do it with blizzards too. I'm like, why am I pulling around for this? Just pour the ice cream and blend it, and
Yeah. Well, it's a long process. Will, like if you really think about it, you
have
to get the milk
Karen
product.
I know.
You have to get the sugar. You have to get all the stuff. You've got to make it. You got to take some time.
You
got to
churn it for 20 minutes.
It takes a while for the cheesecake to bake if you're getting the New York cheesecake.
Right.
And once it gets out of the oven, they chop it up in blocks and pour it in the icing. And then when you're making a berry compote, you have to cook it.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
I mean, it just takes a few minutes for them to get all that.
Right. Sometimes they're training new cooks, and it takes a little longer.
Yeah. So I don't know. When you go to a Michelin star restaurant, man, it just takes time.
Yeah.
For that quality.
Is it just Michelin star? Or do they do 5-star, 3-star, that stuff like hotels?
They do 5. I mean, it's a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a 5-star. What would you consider to be a 5-star fast food restaurant?
5-star fast food restaurant. It depends because they're all chains, and one location might be really good, another location might be just terrible.
Just in your opinion, what would you say is the best quality 5-star rated fast food restaurant that ever existed? I already know what mine is. It might not be there after this storm, but
I don't know. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Mine's Pal's.
I mean, because Chick-fil-A, I don't think I've ever been to one that wasn't consistent.
Yeah, same thing with Pal's.
Yeah.
And their hamburgers are always good.
Like Sonic, I love Sonic if it's the right location.
Yeah.
There's some that I just avoid because I'm like, it's not any good, but this other one's good.
Yeah.
Of course, once they got bought out, now they're just not as good to me in general.
Yeah, with Pal's, it's called Pal's Sudden Service.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pull up to the window on the right side of the building. They take your order, and then you drive around the building. So while you're waiting in that line driving around, they're prepping your order, and you pay when you get to that other window, and they give you your stuff, and it's very quick.
I want to change my answer.
What?
Five Guys.
Okay.
Five Guys burgers and fries.
Yeah, consistent.
Yeah.
Pal's burgers are good. Their chipped ham sandwiches are really good. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a chipped ham sandwich?
I don't even know what that is.
It's just shaved ham on a sandwich.
Why do they call it chipped?
It's East Tennessee. I don't know.
It's shaved. They take they put it in a wood chipper and it just.
They probably did in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. What do we call this? Chipped ham.
Chipped ham. Man.
Do you mean chopped ham? No, chipped.
No, it's chipped.
Chipped. We didn't chop this. We chipped it.
My granny would always be like, "You want a pop?" I'm like, we're not in the north.
A pop.
Yeah, a pop. There's a lot of terms for
sody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember the 600-pound sisters or 1,000-pound sisters? Whatever.
Yes.
You know they got another TLC show.
No.
Whatever. They've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And one of them looks almost unrecognizable. I think Amy or something like that. But that one scene where
you do not.
Do you ever drink any water? No. That face, like, how dare you ask me that? And the sodies.
Uh-huh.
Well, you drink a diet soda to cancel out the soda.
What do you call a shopping cart?
A shopping cart.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard it called a buggy. I'll call it a buggy.
We call them buggies.
Yeah.
Go grab us a buggy.
I don't know. Do I call it a shopping cart? I don't know. I don't say that word a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what you mean if you said, hey, get a buggy.
Yeah.
Do we need a buggy for this? Do we need a cart?
Yeah.
Shopping cart? I don't know.
And I can ask my sister in a minute, if they went up the holler.
On yonder.
Yeah. That's wild. What's your most expensive dining experience you've ever
had? Easy. The Black Pearl.
Okay.
Downtown Tyler.
Yeah.
Is that the Oyster
best?
Bar? Like the best dinner I've ever had?
Best expensive dinner you've ever had.
No.
Okay.
No. The best expensive dinner I've ever had is at Bernard's.
Yeah.
No. Le Cellier Steakhouse.
Okay. That's one at Disney.
Yeah, at Epcot. In the Canada section. That's the best expensive dinner I've ever had. But we only paid for the bottle of wine and dessert. Mm-hmm. The rest was on a dining plan.
Mine was at the Oxbow Tavern in New York City. It's very good.
I have to try it out.
It's 11 stars out of 10.
I'm afraid that whenever I go to New York City that I'm only going to want pizza.
Yeah.
To try all these spots that Portnoy's been to.
That would be a fun trip, but you'd have to plan the trip around that.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
I don't think my wife would go for it.
Anytime I go to like a city,
we would have to fast on pizza for, I don't know, probably months in advance, not have any pizza.
I don't
before or after.
I don't plan trips out. What I mean by that is I don't really plan out what I'm going to do. I typically kind of go with the flow. Like with Orlando, of course I got the Halloween Horror Nights and stuff like that, but you just kind of go with the flow.
What's there to do in Orlando?
Tons. And so, anyway,
I thought that was all in Kissimmee.
I plan around major themes. So, like, if I'm going to New York, it's going to be a food trip. Or if I'm going to go to New York, it's going to be a theater trip, musical theater, Broadway. If I'm going to go to New York, then I'll do some museums. It's kind of weird, but that's kind of what I do.
I mean, ours is always kind of food related.
Yeah.
We'll look for things to do in the city, but I'm always thinking like, okay, let's plan our meals.
Yeah, that's fun. That was a good idea, though, going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Planning those meals around that.
Hey, speaking of travel, and I know that our guests are like, oh, you guys always talk about airlines. Did you see Southwest's
new seats? Yeah.
Seats
pretty
and
cool.
layouts and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. You were excited about it?
I liked it.
I was just like, okay, why is this a major event?
But here's the deal. Are they going to charge more for those seats and have assigned seats? Because it doesn't look like it.
They all look like the same seats. I didn't see a first class.
I didn't either.
But I thought they were doing that now.
But I think what they're probably doing is offering the A-list boarding, earlier boarding, so that you have the opportunity to try to get one of those premium seats.
But I guess
it's kind of what I feel like.
Do the seats not have power right now?
Some of them do.
Some of them do.
Newer
ones. Okay, because it's in the seat. But this one, has power, and it's also got like little stands that you can prop up your phone or tablet or whatever.
And it's got a left and right cup holder.
Yeah.
On the tray table.
I do think it's smart to not put the screen on, even though I like having the screen. I do think it's smart to not have screen on because not everybody travels with one, but most people do. But, it saves on the weight of the plane if you can not put the screen on.
Yeah. I don't care because I've always got my iPad, so that's what I use.
I mean, that's what I ended up using now, too. But sometimes I like that I don't have to get it out,
You just like playing with buttons.
I do. Like they put in like new leather seats that are supposed to be they're supposed to be heat resistant.
And soft.
So I guess it'll work fine, except for in the winter when you're like, I'd rather have a little bit of heat.
Mm-hmm. I guess. I've never had a problem with their seats before, though.
I haven't either, but I haven't been on a Southwest flight longer than 2 hours. 3 hours, I should say.
I had a 4-hour one time.
Yeah. And also some other big news with United. Did you hear about this collaboration with Starlink?
It's not going to happen.
Why?
They're going to find a way to charge.
No, well,
United is a superior, airline.
So, all right. Well, you're just trying to make me mad.
Unfortunately,
it's not working. But they are joining with Starlink, and they'll start rolling it out where their planes will offer free Wi-Fi using Starlink.
Well, you know what the unfortunate part of this is?
What?
Their fleet is so old, it's going to take them 40 years to get
Starlink
it probably incorporated.
Will. You're right. And by the time it's there, it'll be obsolete.
It's not going to matter. We're not even going to have airplanes anymore. We'll be teleporting places. So
who uses airplanes now?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a relic for relic people.
It is. But I'm looking forward to it because right now,
are you looking forward to having that accessibility or the cost of it?
They have Wi-Fi, and so both the accessibility and the cost. Because
they're going to charge
right now
you
have Wi-Fi, but it's really only for streaming. You can message through like Facebook Messenger, I think.
Yeah.
But you can't like text message or something like that.
Seeing if you were on American, if you paid for that service, you'd have all of it.
Yeah, but I don't pay for that right now.
It's like $7.
No, I'm saying I don't pay for it with United. All the stuff I just listed, that's included. Same thing with Southwest. Yeah,
Southwest is far superior to United.
No, I'm saying the both of them you can connect to their app through their Wi-Fi, and you can watch all the videos and stuff, and you can message also. But
are you sure about the messaging thing?
Yeah, on United definitely.
Yeah, you
can do Facebook Messenger. You can't do Facebook, but you can do Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, whatever.
I was a fan of United,
but I don't see the point of having stuff like WhatsApp or any other kind of messaging service because you already have that on your phone.
I was a fan of United before they bought Continental.
What was United like?
Do you know why?
No, why?
Because I never had to fly. Because I always flew Continental.
So you liked Continental, but when United bought them,
I was done.
What about when it was United Continental?
While they had service in Tyler, I would fly them occasionally.
Yeah. I can't believe you have such disdain for one airline.
Well, when you've got, inferior choices like American Airlines or Southwest or
I'm going to take it you like McDonald's better than Burger King.
I put Spirit higher on the list than I would United.
We're moving on. You like McDonald's more than Burger King, right?
No.
No? You like Burger King?
Mm-hmm. The hamburgers.
Okay, you like Burger King more than McDonald's.
The hamburgers, yes.
Okay.
Fries, I like McDonald's fries better.
Do you go to McDonald's?
For their chicken nuggets, yes.
Okay. Do you go to Burger King?
No, because their fries suck. But I like their hamburgers.
I don't know where I was going with this. I was going to say something like, well, you frequent both of those.
Here, let me say this, okay? Ask me if I like Taco Bell.
Do you like Taco Bell?
Yeah, it's all right. Ask me if I like Taco Casa.
Do you like Taco Casa?
Yes.
Okay.
Ask me which one I'm going to.
Which one are you going to?
Taco Casa, because it's better. Ask me if I like Taco Bueno.
Do you like Taco Bueno?
No.
Are you going to go to it?
No.
I'll go to it. I like their bean burritos better than both of those places, but Taco Casa, I love their tacos. You know what Tyler's getting?
Their chupacabras at Taco Bueno, they're all right. Those,
chupacabras?
Those strawberry
chupacabras. The chimichanga? No, not
the fried chupacabras.
Sure.
It's the cheesecake churros.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah.
I used to love Taco Bueno.
I'm trying to throw you a line here because you told me to order the chupacabras.
I don't remember that.
The last time you asked me to stop there, and I wouldn't do it.
I don't even remember you stopped at Taco Bueno.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It was like the first or second episode.
I do like Taco Casa, but I think Juicy's Taco is the same, and I'm excited because Tyler's getting one right near me.
Is it good?
Right near my work. I love it because they put so much cheese on it. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I don't care about the beef. Don't care about the shell. Just want the cheese.
What are y'all having for dinner tonight at the wedding rehearsal?
Papacitas.
Oh, I like papacitas.
Do you?
Yeah, I like their fajitas. Do you like their food?
I do. I like the Longview location a lot better.
I've never had it.
You haven't? That's the only one I ever ate at. The Tyler one, I always forget it's there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of old.
Because anytime I drive down that far, it's somewhere like, I don't know, what's that place? Razoo's?
Yeah.
Or even
Walk-Ons or Clear Springs or...
No, I don't go to
Cheddar's.
Clear Springs.
I don't go to Cheddar's. Yeah.
I used to go to Cheddar's.
I don't like Cheddar's anymore.
I liked it. I like their salads with the honey butter croissant.
I did. I did until I got food poisoning.
Oh, well, I understand that. It's like I love Buffalo Wild Wings. The service is terrible, and sometimes the food is terrible. But when the food is on, it's good. And I stopped kind of going there. One, because of the location, but two, they stopped serving my favorite flavor. And that was the hot barbecue.
Yeah,
it was hot, but it had a good flavor to it.
So, do you prefer Buffalo Wild Wings over Wingstop?
No,
but you'd still go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, because I like to get the cheese potato wedges or potato wedge with cheese on it. It's really good. I like that with their. Now, if I could take Buffalo Wild Wings hot barbecue and their cheese wedges, and get Wingstop Ranch, I that's the perfect dinner to me. I would love it because there's nothing much better than Wingstop Ranch. Well, Ryan,
it's about that time again.
It's about that time. I think I hear the thunder rolling. We may need to get inside.
We might need to run in. Something's rolling.
Something is rolling.
There's only one way out.
There's only one way out. Well, take us out.
Okay.
That's not. There's not music for it. There's no music.
Hello. Oh.
No, you gotta go back. You said no. I had it set up. When you hit this button, set up? Listen.
Hello.
Just wait. Do you remember this?
Hello. From earlier.
Oh yeah. How are you?
Oh yeah, we're rising. Did you ever get the chance to talk to him?
Man, I did not get a chance. I'm actually in the middle of our podcast right now.
Do you remember this?
Yes, I
do. My fault.
So, I don't remember what that was or when that was, but
did he message us?
No, I was going through a message. I was like, I want to change one of these sounds.
So you use that sound.
And so I came across it, and I didn't realize we could play whatever was already recorded on here or assign it to it. I said, I'm going to set this up because it's just, it's going to make you panic. Like, oh, what is this? What is this? And you did kind of. You just heard yourself. Anyway, it's not a very good prank.
I don't get it.
It's not supposed to be. It's inside joke.
Well, as the sun sets on another Sunday afternoon porch sitting, we appreciate you and sharing in this laid-back journey with us.
Until next time, stay relaxed and enjoy. And enjoy the simple moments.